like, lately I've just been going to work, coming home and going back to work, and, I don't know, it's fun, I suppose. It's hard to really, like, there it goes. It's hard to really have, like, any real thoughts on my adult life. Just because when I was a kid, I don't know, man. I didn't think about anything. I thought about playing, you know, Super Smash Bros. Melee on the GameCube, and queuing up for League of Legends, and playing Phantasy Star, and just, you know, video games in general. And I didn't even own that many games as a kid. I just really cherished the time I spent playing each individual game that I've owned, you know. My first console was a GameCube. It was a Platinum GameCube. My mom got it for me. She surprised me on the way home from school. It was so cool. I had no games for a long time, just the GameCube. I think she got me Melee with it, which is a whole nother thing. I won't get into that right now, but I would go to the rental store, the video game store. It closed down a long time ago, and I would just rent games, for like $5 a day or something, and I would play a couple games that way. I mean, never enough time to just beat them. Like, I know I've rented Mario Sunshine and some Power Rangers game and whatever else, and I'd play them, and either I'd be like, yeah, or I'd be like, I'm gonna put on Melee. And then, you know, I'd just play Melee mainly. That kind of went on for a long time. Eventually I found out about Phantasy Star Online. I found out about the private servers that they have online, because that's another old game, right? I'm 25. Most 25 people who are 25 don't play those games. They're not playing old-ass games. I mean, you know, surely playing something else. But that's what I was doing. I was playing Phantasy Star Online, Blueburst, and the private server. I have no idea how you pronounce it to this day. Shithack? Slack? Yeah. It was fun. Something about being in that space, that anonymous online space, where you just major a guy and you're hunting monsters, but there's a community and the people there are pretty cool. Rarely I ran into anyone who was an asshole back then, and if I did, it was probably because I wasn't playing that well, you know, which I later figured out. But I still, even if I was like, you know, I don't know, that game was a nice experience. WoW, I played a little bit of WoW. My brother owned the account, and I think I just played Death Knight because you started level 55 and it was pretty easy, and that I tried WoW PvP, and that was really cool. That later leads into League of Legends, which is funny. WoW, I think I played Star Wars The Old Republic, SWTOR. That MMO was fun. Again, I never made it very far in the MMOs. I think I would beat the first few areas, get to a certain level, maybe queue up in some instances or of, you know, dungeons, and yeah, I don't know. MMOs, I guess I never really went as far in those as I did in, like, you know, PSO could be considered a MMO, or at least a precursor to one. I guess it's more of an action RPG with an online kind of, you know, emphasis. But yeah, those games, they're just so they're so, maybe not cozy, but tight knit. I mean, smaller communities, you know, maybe you're with strangers, maybe you're just in a kind of intimate environment. Like, it is what it is. It's fun. You know, man. Same shit, different day. I realize these are kind of hard to make off the top of the dome, so it might just be my incoherent rambling as I wake up during my commute, and I think that's fine. I think that's fine for now. But I want to keep the theme to a certain subject each day. So, but yeah, oh boy, gotta love it, gotta love traffic, hell yeah, hell yeah. But yeah, let's see. That kind of covered my early part of gaming. I mean, you can tell when I switched from, like, mainly playing on the GameCube, because I really only owned the GameCube for a long time. And I think I owned it until I got a Wii, which is funny. I owned a Wii. My favorite game was Melee, but I never thought to just ask for Super Smash for this Brawl for the Wii. I liked that game quite a lot. If you ask anybody, you know, who's played Melee in any competitive aspect, they'll have very strong opinions for you on Brawl. And I can understand some of them, but I enjoy it. I don't know what it is. It's neat. Maybe it's the novelty of not seeing it, but it's neat, you know? But yeah, I was kind of embarrassed of my interest, and I didn't want to ask my father to buy me Brawl. And so I would just play it whenever I went to someone's house. But I owned a Wii. It's funny, right? Anyway, long story short, I basically grew up kind of poor, and I would have a game console, but I wouldn't have many games for it. And eventually when I switched to PC, things just kind of changed. I mean, I started I played a lot of Minecraft, you know. First it started with, like, Flash games and stuff on Armor Games, Congregate, you know. But then I bought Minecraft. I mentioned League of Legends earlier. I think we're almost to that point, but I was playing Minecraft and Phantasy Star Online on the private servers. And then, you know, I would play a little PS3 on the side. On PS3, what did I like? I liked Mag. When the Warhawk, oh man, the early games on the PS3 were kind of cool. Warhawk is, I would kind of put it in a similar vein to, I don't know, Halo, Battlefield, that vibe, where there's like vehicular combat, but you can also be a guy running around picking up weapons off the ground. Maybe it's more Halo, but it was like a PS3 answer to Halo, and it was fun. I have no idea how successful it was, but it was successful enough to get a spiritual successor later on called Starhawk, which was the same thing, you know, same kind of vibe, except now you can build, right? You could build fucking forts and bunkers and walls and depots to spawn you a vehicle. Like, it was sick. And I realized, looking back, holy shit, the building that was in that game is nothing like Fortnite building, but you can make walls. But yeah, it was a fun game for sure. Fun game. Again, I didn't own a PS3. Most of the times I got to experience different games was an effect of me getting to play my siblings' consoles when when they were at work or out of town or something, and I was allowed to play them. Mainly my older brother. They're adults, dude. You know, I I grew up poor, but, you know, they're adults and I'm a child, so, you know, whatever. But yeah, I think that leads me, after the PS3 times. Oh, PS3 had free internet too. Oh man, what a great time. That leads me to when I built my first gaming computer, because I basically transferred. I went from PSO and Minecraft to Minecraft and League of Legends to, you know, and League of Legends is an ongoing thing. I started playing in 2014, 2013, because that was when it was really big at my high school, and everybody played. It was so crazy. Like, everybody fucking played, and it was sick. Like, people talk so much shit about League, and I get it. Game is hard. It doesn't explain. It really needs to do a better job of explaining things, because there's so many secret things that you wouldn't know, and you just gotta hold that, and you have the chance to be stomped on by someone who's insanely better than you, but you also have the reckless driving. You also have the chance to, you know, be in a team with five nincompoops. I don't know, retards. It's quite honestly like, it's a team building experience. Like, I don't know. I won't get too much into League of Legends. I don't want to center this video on any one topic. I just gotta keep going through all the stuff I've done. At the same time I was playing League of Legends, I got back into Melee, because I'd always been playing, and I've always known about, like, the advanced techniques, you know. Back then it was only like L canceling and wave dashing and stuff, and DI. But people, you know, I think people subconsciously DI, so I don't really know what to say. Anyway, yeah, it was like I got back in. The Evo announced Smash Melee at the 2013 Evo tournament. Rest in peace. And I started playing. Not because I was gonna go to Evo. No, I'm 13, bro. But like, more so because like, oh, I've been playing this game my whole life, and my older brother plays, and I want to be good. I want to be as good as this guy. So I started playing. Shortly after, the Smash Dog comes out, explodes the community, incredible, And I'm playing that, and I'm playing League of Legends, and those are my two main games. And that kind of goes on for a while, at least a few years of like going to tournaments, sometimes going out of state, and competing. And I'm not that good. I know how to do things and, whatever. I'm not that good, man. But I had fun and I made friends, and that was what was important. I even did, when I got a little better, I started money matching people, making some moolah. Anyway, that kind of goes on for a while. Like I am a active tournament player, and then I kind of stopped going to tournaments, but I continue to play online on on Dolphin. This is before Slippy. This is like Anther's Ladder. This is how long I've been playing that. And I'm playing, man. Both games. Even though like at some point, like League of Legends, I hit my little goal of like, oh, I want to be a player in gold. I want the season end rewards. I do that multiple times. I mean, it's not a big thing, but to me, I thought it was a big thing. And then, I kind of realized, oh, the rank doesn't really affect anything in real life. It's just a sense of satisfaction, I guess. But yeah. All that to say that, like, it's just, it's quite a ride. It's been quite a ride. You may be asking, is this all this guy does? He just plays 2 to 3 games at a time and calls it? Yeah, yeah, you'd be exactly right. Right now, I kind of skipped some time. I made that sound like the end, but I did get really into like Civilization. Those are fun. I started with Civ 4 because my friend bought it for me in a Steam sale. Civ 4, tried Civ 6, tried Civ 5. Civ 5's the best. Don't at me. Does that show my age saying that? Do people even say that anymore? Says the 25-year-old. Yeah. But yeah, I kind of would pick up a game here and there, pick up Celeste, play that, beat Celeste, nice. And I guess I would kind of like keep those two main games of League of Legends and Smash Melee, and just sub in something, Sometimes it was Civ if I had a craving for it. Sometimes it was Celeste until I beat it. Sometimes Slay the Spire is a really good one. And I think, around this time, we're not even going in chronological order, like loosely, but like around this time, Teamfight Tactics started getting really big, and I wanted to play. I mean, it's my favorite part about League of Legends is the lore. The gameplay is fine. Like, it's up there. The game is fun. It's fun to shit on kids, but yeah. Teamfight Tactics is cool, and it kind of gave me a new appreciation for, you know, I don't really know how to put it. I just like the pieces. I like when the pieces move around. To this day, my highest rank achieved in a game, I think it's a tie. It's a tie between Teamfight Tactics and Slippy ranked. Slippy ranked is just melee again. But I peaked like flat, and I tried to push through, and I couldn't push through. But I felt pretty proud of that accomplishment, even though it's like, bro, plat, like, dog, you're dog shit, you know. But like, as the gold gamer, me getting plat and getting the border was cool, and you could show it off, and it was like, wow, you're top 50% in NA at this game. Wow. It was cool. I don't know. Damn, I've been talking a long time. I'm not used to talking this much. That kind of brought us up to recent history. I don't know. All that to say that I'm kind of having trouble wanting to play games these days. Like, I can go home and play a league match or play a TFT match, no problem, actually. Like, it's so casual. You can put a YouTube video on, you can play this game, you can disassociate after work. Like, it's no problem. But Melee, my god, I tried to play that. It was intense. I mean, Melee is by far the most intense game I play, and I think it's one of the, at the top, at the high level, it's very intense. Your brain is consumed by the game. You have to, if you want to win against those monsters in there, you have to completely focus on the game. You know, you can't have a YouTube video playing. Like, you could if you're practicing your tech skill and movement and stuff, but like, no. I just don't know if I can come home and put that much effort into something. I would say a good analogy for, you know, because another intense game I would play was like, you know, League of Legends ranked Summoner Rift, right? Like, it's a marathon sprint. You're trying to be as efficient as possible for an extended period of time, right? And until it becomes second nature, it's intense, right? And if for as long as I've played, and mind you, I was not playing Summoner's Rift the whole time. Like, I've been playing ARAM and fucking, not even normals. I just play ARAM. I just play game modes in which I don't have to think that much, but if I want, I can think more and do better. But, you know, if ranked in League is a marathon, the average Melee match is a fucking sprint. It is a wind sprint at full speed. And that depends on who you fight against. If you're fighting a floaty matchup, it turns into a marathon again, which I actually have an advantage in because I do have a history of playing League. So I'm used to things, you know, being high tension for extended periods of time. So I don't really struggle too much. But, yeah. I don't know, man. Like, the games I've played so long are seriously, like, I don't want to say overwhelming or draining, but like, man, you gotta be in the right mood to play them, and after work, I'm really not in the mood. In fact, I'd say I'm quite literally not in the mood. But yeah, kind of where I'm going to leave this here. I talked for a lot of my commute, and I'm going to try to do one of these day to day, or at least every time I have something to talk about, you know. Maybe we could just write a script, speak out a script. Ideas for later. Anyway, yeah, I gotta go.